In this dispensation, you're absent of the body, present with the Lord, and the Lord is in the third heaven. He's not in the third heaven when he dies on the cross. He's in the bowels of the earth 3 days and 3 nights. This place for the saved people downstairs, where he said he'd meet that dying thief, the Jews call it Abraham's bosom. And it came to pass the beggar died and was carried with angels to Abraham's bosom. He wasn't carried to heaven. He didn't go a foot off the ground. He went right down to the heart of the earth, carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom. Into, not upstairs. And the rich man died and also was buried. Nothing said about what either one of them believed. And the only thing that's discussed that you can make up would be make up a discussion of their possible works. And then you'd be under the law in the Old Testament. You see, the Bible isn't all just written for people who believe in eternal security. It's written for one bunch in Noah's day before the law showed up. It's written under Moses' day when the law was in effect. It showed up after we're called out, and it showed up and has to do with the mark of the beast. And then when the Lord comes back, it has to do with being salvation by works and not walking by faith, because for 1,000 years Christ will be right there to look at. Is that how you were saved? Then why would you say they're all saved the same way when you're just lying? God didn't show you himself when you got saved, do you? You take all up, we get in the millennium when Christ comes back, nobody walks by faith. They go by the throne where he is in the city of the great king, on the throne of David, and bow down there and kiss his feet. That's Psalm chapter 2. All right, it came to pass the beggar died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's bosom. And it's the Jewish statement for the afterlife, the future life. So they always say he's gathered to his fathers. Did you notice that? Well, his fathers weren't in heaven, and they weren't born again. And their sins hadn't been taken away, and the blood of bulls and goats didn't take away their sins. When you try to make all those things the same when they're different, you're proving that you're not just a moderate, you are a UN bodybuilder for everybody to get together under the Antichrist. They're not the same. Study to show yourself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Nobody in the Old Testament is saved exactly the way you're saved. None of them. You saw Abraham have righteousness exalted to him, imputed to him, not for believing anything you believe. I said not for believing you anything. The pastor in Romans doesn't say that he got it by believing what you believe. It just says what he did there was a type of the picture of what you believe if you believe something different. Do you know how Abraham had righteousness imputed to him? By believing he'd have as many children as there were stars in the heaven. Is that how you got it? One is just a type. And these dumb bunnies try to make them the same. You couldn't make them the same no what you did. You know what happened to Abraham when he had the righteousness imputed to him? Nothing. You know what happens to you? You're born again. Abraham couldn't get born again if he was tried. That's why he was given a physical circumcision instead of a spiritual one. The rich man died and was buried. And in hell, he lifted his eyes. Just takes it for granted. That's it. One guy went to Abraham's bosom, the other guy went to hell. Where's hell? Why, it's under your feet. How do you suppose this rich man in hell got carrying on a conversation here with a dead Abraham, who was also down there and didn't go to heaven when he died? How do you suppose that was that he saw him if one was up in heaven and the other one was down in the heart of the earth? Why, Christ said, as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale, so must the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights not in heaven. So when he told that dying thief, thou shalt be with me in paradise, he surely wasn't talking about upstairs. He didn't go upstairs. He was 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. And that's where this thing is, and it's down there where hell was. They had communication, at least if you believe what you're reading. And in hell he lifted his eyes, being in torments, and seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. There it goes. They're both down in the heart of the earth. None of them are up in the third heaven, and that's where you're going to be the moment you die. You're going out and going up. Absence of the body and present with the Lord. Where, in Abraham's bosom? No. Where, in paradise down the heart of the earth, like the dying thief? No. You're absent of the body and present with the Lord, and to depart and be with Christ is far better, and he is now upstairs. He is not 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth in a division between hell and paradise. Get your Bible right.